Let's take a look at the pull-up jump shot of Detroit Pistons legend Chauncey Billups. It's worth noting how easily he was able to get this shot off against almost any defender and how quickly he was able to get into it. One thing that's to note with Chauncey is just the suddenness he was able to play with, and also how important that was for this Pistons team who didn't have a ton of on-ball creators. Obviously, he did it in clutch moments as he got the nickname Mr. Big Shot. You see him knock this down for the win in overtime against the Hawks. And then looking at how hard it was to guard him in the ball screen or DHOs because of this. If you wanted to switch, now you had a big who had to give him a little bit of room. And again, he was able to step right into this shot and rise up seemingly at any point. And then if you wanted to go under the ball screen, you absolutely were going to pay because Chauncey was able to step right into this shot and knock it down. And then if you wanted the big to come up and hard hedge, well, of course, this Pistons team had Rasheed Wallace who would pick and pop and knock down that shot. And then what he was able to do in transition with the pull-up jumper was super vital for this team if it ever was struggling to score in the half court, as you see him stop right there on a dime and able to shoot in that phone booth once again. And then he was also able to turn it into a mid-range pull-up. For a guy who lacked a little bit of explosiveness, maybe he didn't always get to the rim, this pull-up jumper in the mid-range was vital to his success. You can't highlight the pull-up jump shooting without also highlighting the other opportunities it created for Chauncey. So here again, working in the ball screen, Fisher goes underneath this, but because Chauncey can get into this pull-up so quick and so efficiently, he has to really bite on that as he comes underneath, creating an advantage for Chauncey to end up getting all the way to the basket for a layup. And he did that over and over, either a layup for himself or a dump off for a teammate. Another thing he used very effectively when he got in there was the shot fake. So you see him utilize it here in the mid-range, gets Gary Payton up in the air, gets himself to the free throw line. Here, working off the ball, uses that shot fake. Look how effective this shot fake is, how much he sells it on Kobe Bryant on this play, and then gets himself into a wide open 1-2 mid-range pull-up, which he's going to knock down at a very high rate. Again, working in the ball screen, look at the tough situation it puts the big in here in drop coverage. The big has to step up and bite on that hesitation from Chauncey, and for a guy who wasn't super explosive in isolations, this was a great advantage to help him get all the way to the rim and score, as you see there. And then again, in transition, where we know he can stop on a dime, pull up in a phone booth and knock this down, the defender has to bite. Just a little bit of a step forward allows Chauncey just the advantage he needs to get to the rim.